Good morning, guys. I want to welcome to a Breakfast with a Banner this morning on Friday. It is March the 11th. Is that right?
Yep.
Yes, it is. I looked at the date a lot this morning. It's Friday, March 11th. We got a very special guest with us this morning. We got Miss Jenny Clark with us this morning.
Hey, guys.
And I know everyone knows Miss Jenny from, of course, working around the city, and you've probably seen her around town doing flowers and all that kind of good stuff. But Jenny got a lot of good stuff going on right now. I know she's a busy lady and running for
county clerk on the Republican ticket.
On the Republican ticket. Of course, we've got a big election section going up this year.
Yes, we have a lot of people that's filed, but I mean, that's a great sign of a healthy community. You have people wanting to get involved and wanting to offer their services and wanting to learn about government and offer new ideas.
I know it's really exciting because I don't think we talk about it a lot here at the office that we've got so many running this year, and it's very exciting to see everybody come out.
It is.
No matter who you may be drawn to vote for, just to see the people coming out in the community.
Yeah, I mean, we're a small community. We all know each other. A lot of us already work together currently, so I think it'll be a good fit. Whoever gets in there, I think we'll still be able to continue to work together and go forward.
Yeah, I think that's what's cool about it. I know we talk about the sheriff race quite a bit because I know we have got
a full ticket.
It's a very full ticket. And I know there for a while when people kept on coming in to you'd see people register and everything. It was like, well, is it going to stop? Is it going to stop? Is it going to stop? But it's really exciting to see all the people come out. But it's really exciting to see that you're wanting to do this because I know you've worked for the city for quite a while, haven't you?
Yeah, I've worked for the city for the last 18 years. I've had my hands in a lot of different aspects of local government, and I've had the opportunity to learn under a lot of great leaders. I've met a lot of different people that I wouldn't have met through a different walk of life. I've had a lot of wonderful influences from people outside of this community, through the region, through the state. I mean, it's just been such a wonderful opportunity to work for the city and to grow and to learn so many things.
Yeah, and I know you've probably worked close with Coda.
Yes.
I'm sure, and I know you've probably learned a lot from him, I'm sure.
I have. He's been a wonderful mayor. He's been very progressive with his ideas. He's really come in and drilled down into it and tried to learn the budget and learn a lot of different aspects that maybe not everyone else has been as interested in.
Yeah, I think it's really, I mean, and of course, with we've had to deal with the tornado, and that's something we've, talked about a lot on here, and of course it's something that everybody's thrown. I mean, you as well have been thrown into it.
That was a new one. I mean, we've had, since I've been there, we have had several different FEMA claims and dealt with FEMA on a few different occasions, but I mean, this was pretty extreme what we've all just been through. But there's bad aspects, but there's amazing, wonderful aspects of how the community come together. I mean, you people just don't know how many calls that we received down there from across this country. I mean, everybody was just wanting to pitch in and help.
Yeah, it's really cool. So I know running for county clerk, county clerk, right?
Yes,
I want to make
county
sure
clerk, yes.
City and county. But I know there's probably a lot of things that you would probably, I mean, it's going to be a different role.
There's going to be different aspects of the row. There's going to be similar aspects of the row. A lot of factors will be the same. There will be a lot of new things to learn, but that's where you rely on your training, your experience, how you can reach across to your peers, how you know where to go to look to get the answers.
Right.
You use what you have now, and then you learn, have new experiences.
So I think it's really cool. I know it's the people who have already got in office and everything around here. It kind of looks like we may have some changes.
Yeah, there will definitely be some changes in some offices for sure, but I mean, that's not a bad thing necessarily. No. So, I mean, it's great to have new ideas in, and sometimes, you've just kind of been in the same thing so long, it's hard to see things in a different direction and, come up with new ideas.
Yeah, and I think every candidate that's running right now has got the experience. It's all across the board. Everyone has got experience doing something that they're running for.
Correct.
And I think
there's great candidates.
Great candidates running all across the board. But I know your family, how does your family feel about?
Oh, my family's excited. They're very supportive. I'll just go ahead and tell you a little bit about my family because
Yeah.
I know several people have called
Yeah.
and asked. I'm married to Patrick. My daughter's Callie. She's graduated from Morehead State University. She's married to Dylan Blevins. He's graduated from Morehead State also. They
Yeah.
met up there. He is currently serving in the United States Army. We're so proud of him. And Callie is doing her first year at UK Medical School. My husband is Patrick. I'll go ahead and tell you my parents because that's going to have to me too. My mom was Georgianne Rogers Phelps and my dad's Barry Phelps. I grew up in Fredonia. I graduated here from Caldwell County. So there's a little bit of family history on me.
Yeah. I know Patrick and I, we've talked before, of course. Patrick and I, we graduated together, and I know he was someone I always admired in school because we were both artists. And I know Patrick, I always admired his artwork because he was so good.
He's good at that. Callie's good at that. They like to draw.
Yeah.
They're good at painting. I'm not. I like the craft night at the library because they're like, here's what you do.
That's like
here's
my
all your
wife,
product. Do it just like this, and it's fun. I don't have
Yeah.
to come up with it, but they start drawing lines, and then like you're like, what is that? And then somehow in the end, it all comes together. It's just amazing the talent they have with that.
That's kind of cool that you say that because it was with me. It was passed down to our daughter as well, and she's tremendous at art. So that's really cool how that kind of works.
It is.
But I know there's still a lot going on in the city. Anything else that you have on your mind? I know you the tourism committee. You all had a meeting the other night.
Yeah, right now I am the chair of the tourism committee. We are trying to get several items going with it. We just recently designed and released our new logo. I'm really excited about that. I think it looks absolutely amazing. We are also currently working on establishing a new website. We are also going to be establishing new brochures and also working on a regional marketing campaign to hit some of our regional markets that are within days driving time. Because especially with the gas prices going up and all, we feel like those regional markets will be a great pull for our community. I mean, we just have so many stories to tell here. We have so many experiences to offer. We just have such a wonderful community. We have a vibrant downtown.
Yeah.
We're just so blessed to have such an active downtown because there's so many communities that there's empty buildings, there's not progress, there's not new stores opening, and we're just very, very grateful to have that within our community.
I know it's really great when you see the progress that downtown has taken from the time. Of course, what you grad? I'm gonna age you here a little bit.
I graduated in '93.
93. Okay, so I was 96, and of course we've seen a lot of growth since then.
Right.
And I mean in the of course in the economy as well. Of course we're talking about gas prices right now, and it's ridiculous, but.
It's getting tough.
It's getting tough.
You're gonna have to make a budget if you don't have one.
Isn't that the truth? I know our daughter, she's driving now, and I gave her a $20 bill the other day, and she said, well, she goes, I'm saving this. She goes, it's going to be my first tank of gas.
Half tank,
Half a
quarter
tank. I know we were talking about that. I know it was when we were in school, you could take $5 and that would fill you up.
Oh, I know. Gas was like under $1 when I started driving.
I know. That's what I was telling Izzy yesterday. I said it was like anywhere from, I can remember it going as low as I think 95 cents up to 98 cents a gallon, and our mom would give me a $5 bill before school some mornings, and that would get me a full tank of gas for the whole week.
Yeah, you can have $10, buy food and gas.
Isn't that the truth? I know, and now it's just like, and I told Izzy, I said, you better hoard this like gold. I mean, because it's, you know, at $20 won't get much.
Right, and I mean, that's part of the things that all ties back into government too. I mean, we all have to work in with the parameters of the budget. We all have to try to come up with new ideas to better serve the community, cost-saving ideas to save money. I mean, ideas to generate the revenue to get the items that we want. So, I mean, it's all relative and it all ties together.
Yeah, I know. I think we joke about it a lot around here about, well, we're going to nominate this person to run for something and this person to run for something. But I think it takes a special kind of a person to want to get involved in the government. In any aspect, no matter what it is, if it's city council all the way up to, you know, judge, executive, and further, it takes a special kind of person and a special kind of mind to do that too.
Yeah, you have to be able to interact with the people. You're not always going to please everybody. You know, that's one of the things you have to understand. Not everybody's always going to be pleased with every action, but you just have to really study things, pray about things, and know down in your heart that you're doing what you feel is best for the community, that's right for what we need at the time.
Right, I know, and it's something I don't think I could do. Yeah. I know we joke again about running for something around here, but I know it's not something I could do. Yeah. But it takes a special kind of person, special kind of brain to do that too, because anybody who knows me knows that I'm not good with math, and I know it's
well, I like numbers. I really like numbers. They're my thing.
Yeah, well, that's my wife. She's an accountant, and
I do. My main duties are collection of occupational taxes. So I'm looking at tax returns. I'm trying to audit them and make sure they're paying the proper amounts. Worked with setting our property tax rates before. There's just balancing our bank statements, daily deposits. There's a lot of different aspects that I've dealt with. With grants, there's a lot of different aspects to deal with grants, change orders, reimbursements. So I feel like I'm very well versed in a lot of different categories.
Yeah, I think that's really cool. I know my wife, she would, when it comes to numbers, she would kill me probably, because I do good to add 2 plus 2. But that's again another special kind of a, I guess you call it a gift.
Yeah. And I'm good about remembering numbers, and I think it's easy for me to remember a lot of things. Yeah. I know some people struggle with remembering, but like a lot of my account numbers, I don't even have to look them up. I've done it so long. I know like almost, hundreds of account numbers I can just type in, and I don't even have to look anymore.
Yeah. Well, that's really cool. I know. Well, Jenny, is there anything you want to say to the public while we got you on here? I know this is...
I just want to say that I'm not running against anybody. I'm just running for myself, and because I think I can, make the office do a little bit better, a little bit more progressive action. When COVID hit, I went online and I wanted to pay my vehicle registration online. That wasn't available. That's something that I would really like to offer the community, is online vehicle registration. I'd like to have a Facebook and a website to disseminate information, whatever's coming up in the pipelines. This legislative session, there has been a lot of movement on bills that have to do with the county clerk office.
Yeah.
It'd be a great way to get the information out there when there's changes made. I'd also like to offer electronic recording of documents. Another thing that I think would be very great for the taxpayers is to be able to stay open later on Mondays, because when people work out of town, it's really hard to get there to be able to conduct business within the hours that they're open.
Right.
So I think that would be a great benefit to the community to try to do that and see how that goes. But I just ask you to think about it and come vote. Just come vote. Whether you're voting for me or somebody else, it is a privilege to be able to vote. So on May 17th, I humbly ask for you to come vote for me for Caldwell County Clerk.
And I would like to add, we appreciate you coming in and wanting to take the time to do this. And we are going to have coming up here soon, a forum for the sheriffs to come in, and we'll be holding that at the fiscal courtroom, and it'll be one by one, and they'll be able to tell about what they're going to do for the community as well.
Yeah, and I think that's great that you guys are taking the opportunity to do this. So introduce us to the candidates and do the forum. That way you can kind of see the different areas and different ideas that some of the different candidates have, and in the direction that they would want to take the office, and maybe some of the different services and opportunities that they would like to provide for the community.
And that's something I would like to invite anyone who's running here in our community to come on, and just like Jenny has, and we've had more. We've had Jeff Boone and some more on here to talk about what what they're doing in their area, what they're running for. We invite you to come on and sit down and just. I know when we talked before, I know you said, I'm a little bit nervous or whatever.
Yeah, who's not nervous?
We just have a cup of coffee.
One thing I'd like to add on top of that too is I'd like to invite people to get involved in local government. We have in the county government, there is a lot of different boards where you can offer your service back to your community. You can pick an area that you're more versed in or that you like, and you can offer your service and volunteer on a board.
there's a lot to be done and
There
a lot to
there
do here in
is.
the community, whether it's just volunteerism
There's a
or
lot of
running.
moving factors and a lot of different parts, and there's also a lot of rules and regulations that go along with being able to spend certain fund accounts too. So
there is, and it's that takes
you can have a lot of good ideas, but then sometimes you don't have the money to do it, or the money you're trying to do that specific thing with has parameters around it that you can't spend on that item. So there's a lot to know with government.
And that's something that I liked. I know when we had Mr. Boone in here about, of course, I know a lot in the government, you probably want to tend to butt heads sometimes, with people when you have disagreements, but that's a good thing about it. I mean, even though if you butt heads, you come to that, resolution that needs to be done, and everybody's always on good terms with it, and we're blessed with a good city government.
Yeah, and it's wonderful how everybody here works together, because, you go across the state and you hear different horror stories of how, community, city, county, different people on the council, commission don't get along. And we're just so lucky and blessed here that everybody truly does try and do the right thing for a community. And no, we always don't have the same ideas. We always don't agree. But we always come together and move forward in the end to do the right thing.
And that's the truth. I know I was talking to a gentleman that was in the office the other day. And unless you live here in Caldwell, you really don't get it, because Caldwell is really a special place.
And that's what a lot of these visitors have come in from outside have said. Like, you just don't know how special your community is and how much you have come together. And we're like, no, we're like this all the time. Yeah. We are always working together.
I know we've seen growth, throughout our community, but it's still the same.
We've seen huge growth in our industries. I mean, just huge growth.
And it's still the same community, though, that I remember when I was a kid.
It is, and that's what's so wonderful about it.
Yeah, and that's why I think
that's why people want to come back here.
That's the truth. I know you've probably seen it too with your class that you went to school with, and I've seen it with my class. How when you're younger, you want to move away.
Yes, you do.
But
you
it seems like everybody always
something else, but then you're like, oh,
come back home.
It really was good there. I just didn't know it at the time.
You miss it. You miss that. We live in a good area to where we can travel to Nashville, and Louisville, and Lexington, and we've got that that hub around us, but we can always come back home.
Yeah, and that's something great here too. I mean, we have some arts, we have the different aspects of the community that, that sometimes you have to go to the larger cities to get.
Yeah, that's great. Well, Jenny, I won't keep you. I know you probably got a busy day today.
I do. I always have a busy day.
But guys, I want you to stay tuned. We're going to have 2 more special guests coming up here in just a second from the school. So be sure to stay tuned here on our Facebook page. But guys, we want you to have a very blessed day today. And Jenny, thank you for coming in. And guys, we'll see you in a bit.